Hey, young world. We're back with another episode of Face Off. Today, we're going to discuss the Freddie Gray instance. Me and my compadre over here.
What's up? Hi.
Hey. So, we're going to talk about the Freddie Gray instance. Freddie Gray, as you may have heard, is a young black male, was a young black male, let me say that properly, was a young black male who lived in Baltimore, who was minding his business, going about his day, when he caught eye with a Baltimore police officer or police officers. Long story short, Freddie ended up having to try to flee his situation with the police, and they end up catching him and doing things that ought not to be done to the human body to this young man. He ended up dead, and the police pretty much are saying that they don't know why or how he ended up that way. So my question to you is, police brutality going too far with black males?
No.
No. Wow. Not even the fact that no ifs, ands, or buts. I like, you know what?
No, but let me ask you a question. The reason why I kind of say no to that is because, let me ask you a question. Why was he on the corner? To my knowledge, this was a known drug area. They were on the corner. Yes, give it. Yes, they were minding their own business, probably, whatever. They caught eye contact with, and he ran. Why did you run? If you did not have anything to be stopped, why did you run? And it's a block full of people, full of witnesses that he, actually filmed it or whatever.
Yeah.
Why did you run if you weren't guilty of something?
Well, I mean, Baltimore is known for its police brutality. So as a black person, he may have seen or have known of, the violence that the police officer have. I've been in situations and heard of situations where there's always this bully cop or bully cops. And once they target you or they see you, they just naturally assume that, hey, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. This is a miracle. I have the right to stand where I like to stand or go where I like to go for the most part. Because it seems like as a black person, we can't do that. So that's
right. Now that you know that, why are you there? If the same situation just happened, he's not the first one, even this year. So that tells me if I'm a young male and I got something going on, illegally or not, I'm not saying he did, but he could have. Why would I put myself in that position? Why am I on the corner? Why am I not at work? Granted, yes, he could work at night. Why aren't you in the bed asleep?
Well, I mean, so you trying to tell me that if I work at night, I have to stay in the house because white America deems me a threat when I want to go to the store and go pick up some snacks or whatever I would choose to do as a quote-unquote citizen of this country?
No, I'm not saying that you have to stay in the house. I am saying, yes, you should stay away from drug-infested areas so that you're not, association brings upon assimilation. So why would I want to be there around those people? If I'm an innocent person and I know my friends sell drugs, I don't know my friends that sell drugs.
I wasn't around my friends. Neither was Freddie.
Freddie was in an area that is known to sell drugs.
And whose fault is that? Freddie is a man who lives in an area that he can afford. Unfortunately, society keeps him at a low poverty level, or he was just walking through an area in which he needed to get what he needed to get. It's not his fault that they sell drugs around, if that was even the case. That may have just been a white man seeing a black man, and he knew that he can get away with it, and he attacked Freddie and broke Freddie's spine.
I just feel personally that it's time for black men, black young guys, whatever, boys, whoever, to be more accountable.
Just black boys.
This is age categories, not necessarily characteristics.
Okay.
But I think they should be more accountable for their actions, where they are. I think they need to think about what they're doing because somebody is thinking something opposite. If you have this pattern of things that's going on, I think you used to be responsible and do something, change it, do something different. If I know they just shooting black guys on the street, I'm not going to be on the street unless I necessarily have to.
Okay, so Freddie necessarily had to. He was going about his business. He seen the bully cops. He took off running. There was no drugs found on Freddie. True, they say that after they broke the young man's spine or after they arrested him, that they found a switchblade. But where in America is it wrong to carry switchblade? Whites do it all the time.
But you don't see whites getting
You're right. I don't see them getting
on
stopped.
the corners either.
You're right. I don't, because they're Caucasian, such as yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. Or they have the Caucasian attitude, and they are allowed to go where they choose. I just don't see the point or the rationale behind this man being put and figure forward in a human pretzel such a way. If you're gonna arrest a man, what happened to just, okay, you took off running, I could probably find a law against that. Why you just can't arrest me and put me in the back seat of the car?
Why did you even have to be there?
You know what? He was hungry. Let's say he was going to the store. Maybe his girlfriend stayed there.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't go visit my girl?
But again, it's supposedly a drug infested area. Why would you be there?
Okay,
if you already know the Baltimore police have a bad history of just doing everything to black guys or whatever, and the police department is corrupt, why would I be there? Because at any moment I could become a victim.
You know what? At any moment, if I'm going through any area, I could become a victim.
That's exactly right.
So does it really matter that it was a drug infested area? I think that's just something that the police and people who have that train of thought use to cover up and justify their pretty much hit list on black men.
But if they don't have anybody to do this to, if nobody is there, they can't do it.
So why didn't they do it to the drug dealer who's known for that?
Because he didn't run. Everybody else probably just stood there and looked innocent. It might just been Freddie's day. But I'm just saying, everybody is accountable. He could have just said, he wasn't the only person. I could see if three black men ran.
I mean, we don't know. It may have been 3 black men.
That's true.
Ran.
That's true.
But it don't matter who ran. The point of the matter is, Freddie probably knew that, you know what, forget what Freddie knew. Freddie should have not been put in a pretzel mode and have his voice box crushed.
No.
What was the point of crushing this young man's voice box and severing his spine? What? I ran, you're out of shape, you finally caught up to me some kind of way, and now you feel as if you have to beat me and kill me in order to get a point across? Is that right in your eyes? Is that what you're saying? That as a black man, I need to stay home and not go about my business because white America assumes that a black man walking through a quote-unquote bad neighborhood is doing drugs or selling drugs?
Yes, I think you should curtail your behavior according to that actual thought. Yes. If I think that if I go down the street and I'm walking down the street and I go through a thing of prostitutes and it's a bus stop right there, I'm not going to catch the bus right there. I don't want anybody to assume that I'm a prostitute with these ladies. I'm just going to avoid that area. So yes, I do feel it's a great responsibility on everybody, on each individual, to think about what they're doing, where they're going their route, where they're driving their car, who they have in their cars, what they have in their cars. I just think everybody should be more responsible and just kind of think on the other hand. Don't think that you're safe, because you're not. I think you should think about what could happen.
I understand.
So if you don't put yourself in this position, hopefully nothing like that will happen.
But you know what? Let's just assume that we take your train of thought and you shouldn't go to these different places. Let's say you're driving and your car breaks down and you happen to break down in an area that isn't conducive to the way that you like to be. It's a prostitute area. It's a drug area. Your car is broken down. You're calling AAA, right? Police comes about. They tap on your window and, you say, well, hey, I need help. I'm calling AAA. But because you may be a different color, they choose to say, let me check your car. And not only do they check your car, they drag you out and beat you because you said, no, I'm simply waiting on AAA because my car broke down. Shouldn't you be here to protect and serve instead of instead of serving me a butt whooping?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yes, that is the goal for our police officers. Yes, that should be the case. But also, I would not want to provoke anything by running, or if I got the car and I was belligerent and I was like, hey, acting crazy, or if I ran once I got the car, or whatever, that would give them just cause to think that I was doing something. I think our chances their chances probably could have been better if you had just spoken to the officer as opposed to running.
Well, that may be true, but the history doesn't back up what happened with Freddie. Baltimore police has been known to, and this is not the first time Baltimore police department has killed or have had people die in their possession. So I can't go along with that train of thought.
All right, well, you guys tell us what you think. Thanks.
Thanks.